Thank you all for coming this morning. Looks like the weather's going to hold out for us, which is a nice thing. So I will begin, and we'll try and get through this briefly. On behalf of the building committee, welcome to today's police station dedication ceremony. My name is Patrick Pitney, and it has been my pleasure to chair this committee for the past 3 years. What you see behind me is a product of more than 3 years of planning, discussion, sometimes heated discussion, hard work and challenges such as COVID, inflation, supply chain issues, and technology. Well, actually though, the technology was really my issue. I kind of came into our first meetings, we were doing Zoom, and I really thought Zoom was a children's television show from the 70s, so it took me a while to come up to speed. But mostly, this building is a product of collaboration. Collaboration among the building committee, our owner's project manager, Neil Joyce from Construction Monitoring Services, Matt Salad from Techtown Architects, Ryan DePasquale from Fontaine Brothers, town officials, the police department, and the entire construction team. Thank you to all. Because of this collaboration, Shrewsbury has a police station built to serve and benefit all. Not only is it a state-of-the-art facility, but it includes much-needed community space. It has walkways and picnic tables and the grove area for all to enjoy. Collaboration also allowed us to make an environmentally friendly building, complete with rain gardens, solar panels, and a LEED certification of silver, which I know is always important to the town. In addition, the entire town communication system has been replaced, making Shrewsbury a safer community for all. And I'm proud to report that all of this was done over the last 3 years within budget. I would like to thank the members of the building committee for their dedication and hard work. Vice Chair John Ambra, Town Manager Kevin Mizikar, Assistant Town Manager Keith Baldinger, Chief of Police Kevin Anderson, Select Board Member Michelle Conlon, semi-retired Select Board Member Mo DiPaolo, at-large members Donna O'Connor, Justine Snyder, and Joseph Morrow, former Assistant Town Manager and now Town Manager of Westford, Kristen Loss, and the glue that holds it all together, Alexandria Martinez, the Assistant to the Town Manager and Market Analyst. Thank you all. We're honored today to have several guest speakers, including, unfortunately she can't be with us today, but State Representative Hannah Kane, who will be proxied by current town moderator Jim Kane, State Senator Michael Moore, the 72nd Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth, Karen Polito, Chair of the Select Board, Beth Cassavant, Town Manager Kevin Mizikar, and Chief of Police Kevin Anderson. Finally, and most importantly, I would again like to acknowledge and thank the residents of Shrewsbury. Without your support and generosity, important infrastructure projects like this are not possible. So thank you. And now, it's my pleasure to turn the program over to Hannah's proxy, Jim Kane.
Good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, Hannah was delayed in returning from a little trip with friends because of the weather that went through last night. I'll do my best to just quickly stand in. Patrick touched on, I think, what is the prime noteworthy element of our town, and that's collaboration. As Dan Morgado said years ago when we were starting the Sherwood project, we have a way in this town of working together, particularly on capital projects, that ensures a high-quality building. And again, you see it behind me today, from the building committee to the various elements of town hall, as well as the contractor, who I think this is now their third quality project in town. It's a group of people working together. But that all starts, of course, with the elected officials, town meeting, and ultimately the voters who support such a project as this one behind us. This was also an interesting project in that you had both fire and the police unions who really came together because they recognized the need for an enhanced facility for the police department, as well as a centralized and high-quality, state-of-the-art communication center for the entire public safety organization of our town. So I would like to, if I could, Chief, ask you to join me so I can provide you with, not everybody gets these proclamations. This is a proclamation from the House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to the Shrewsbury Police Department in recognition of your beautiful, functional, state-of-the-art police station. Thank you for all the hard work and selfless service keeping Shrewsbury safe. Our community is grateful for your dedication. Signed on the 12th of September by Ronald Mariano and Hannah. Thank you. Sorry. We don't do these things anymore. So I would now like to introduce our state senator, Mike.
Good morning. It's great to be here today for this occasion. The theme of working together and Shrewsbury in collaboration, it really is true. And also in the aspect that, government's always criticized that we'll put up structures or we'll build government buildings and then we don't invest in the infrastructure later on, or the maintenance, and look at the overall costs that it costs our community. That's one thing I noticed about Shrewsbury, out of the communities I represent, that Shrewsbury is very good, the elected officials, at making sure that the infrastructure, that they're always reassessing and reevaluating the infrastructure that they're providing their community, and making sure that it's the best that they can be, and it's cost efficient to the taxpayers. And I think that goes to the whole issue of collaboration between the elected officials, the town employees, the town administration, and the voters. And the voters recognizing that when the elected officials are asking them to invest in the infrastructure in the town, it's needed. That the town is not just asking you to build a building just for the sake of putting another beautiful building up. The town really needs the support. And I think by the success you've had, not just with the police department, with other schools and buildings that you've built throughout over the years, that the taxpayers really trust your opinion and trust the work that you're going to do, that it's done effectively, cost efficiently, and it's going to provide services that the community really needs. So in recognition of this occasion today, similar to Jim, Representative Kane, I have a citation from the State Senate, if the Chief wants to come up. And it's from the Commonwealth State Senate, official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to the Shrewsbury Police Department, Police Station Building Committee, in recognition of the ribbon cutting ceremony celebrating the dedication of the new state-of-the-art Shrewsbury Police Station. And be it further known, the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success. That this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy of transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. Again, it's signed by the Senate President and myself, and congratulations, Chief, and also to the town.
Thank you.
Like I said, I don't even know if I need to introduce the next person. I think she's known throughout the Commonwealth, more importantly, throughout the town of Shrewsbury, for all the great work she's done over the many years, from a selectman, from a state representative, to the 8 years as our lieutenant governor. So it's my pleasure to introduce Karen Polito.
Well, good morning. I am so delighted and honored to be here with all of you for this very special occasion and milestone moment in the history of our town of Shrewsbury. Obviously, to be with Jim Kane and Representative Kane, we thank her for her service, and Senator Moore, thank you. And I want to thank, first and foremost, a lot of thanks for the leadership in this community to have come together in collaboration to understand the priority of policing and public safety, and really getting behind this initiative to prove out to the people of this community the need and the importance of this for the safety and well-being of all of the people here today and long into the future. I also want to thank the Board of Selectmen, Kevin Mizikar, and the committee who did an outstanding job. I think you said, Patrick, 3 years is a long time, and 3 complicated years with COVID and other complications that you outlined, making it even that much more difficult. But as I come here today, the biggest thanks is really owed to the men and the women who have served, currently serve, and will continue to serve this community in the Shrewsbury Police Department. And I want to thank all of you. Under Chief Anderson's leadership, for your incredible devotion, your service, and your sacrifice. And that not only goes to you, but it goes to your families, who obviously give you the support to do what you do so well every day. I couldn't help but think about one member of your department back in 1975, when Officer Lunchitis reported to duty and didn't report home that night after being shot and killed in the line of duty at the age of 28, pleading for his life as a father of 2 children. And I use that story because it is so real to all of us. It happened on Route 9 outside of the Worcester City Motel. But it underscores the importance of this work and the sacrifice and the complexity that comes with policing then and today. The beauty of the story of the Lunchitis family is that that little baby then became an officer in this department and retired last year after becoming lieutenant, which shows you the devotion and the commitment that certain people just have the ability to accept the call to serve the well-being of others. And so as I come here and we look at this beautiful building, the painful process of designing and perfecting it over the course of your 3 years, and this stands here in this beautiful public space is perfect for where we need you to be and where this community needs you to be for long into the future. So when I think about this building, it's more than law enforcement. And policing has changed so much over the course of these years. And we ask a lot of you. And when I think about community policing, which has long been part of how you police here in Shrewsbury, I can't help but think, with a population around 40,000 people, that has evolved and continues to evolve in its diversity and its culture, different cultures coming together. It's now more than ever that a building like this is set up to open and be available to the people of this community. And it allows these officers to truly understand who the people are that live in this community, who your neighbors are, understand their needs and their challenges as they live and work in this community, and how to better serve them. And at the same time, we in this Commonwealth have established new standards for training and high standards for the education and abilities that officers need, a very professional high standard that isn't necessarily in places across this country. And so we embrace policing and standards and training and best practices and strategies and equipment. So in this building, these officers will continue to be up to speed on how to keep the people of this community safe and well. And so I come here feeling very proud, once again, that Shrewsbury gets it right. And Shrewsbury went above and beyond to really serve the needs of this community so that people feel safe, welcomed, supported, and can have a good quality of life. They serve better. All of us are better off for it. And all I pray for is your safety and your well-being so that you can serve this community for many years to come. God bless you all, and thank you. So now I get to turn it over to Beth Cassavan, the chair of our Board of Selectmen, who is going to select. That's wonderful. Select select board, a select board member, then we can
Anything.
Selectmen, select board is fine. Thank you so much. So good morning, everyone. What an absolutely wonderful day it is to be dedicating our new police station after so many years of recognizing the need. It is an honor to be here on behalf of my colleagues on the select board, Vice Chair Teresa Flynn, who unfortunately was not able to attend this morning, Clerk John Samia, and members Michelle Conlon and Carlos Garcia, but also to look out and see former members of the what was then Board of Selectmen, my colleagues from then Jim Kane, John LeBeau, Mo DiPaolo, and Moira Miller, who I don't think is here, but again, these people who were part of the decision making that led to this moment today where we're opening this beautiful new building. It's a thrill to dedicate a new building, especially one that waited while we built 2 schools and a library. We're living at a time when the buildings that were meant to last for 50 years are coming to the end of their usefulness, and we're fortunate to have regularly brought new buildings online. It shows a willingness on the part of our community to make investments in our public buildings, a recognition of our growing population, and a trust in our local leadership's commitment to spending tax dollars responsibly on buildings that will meet our needs for decades to come without being extravagant. This building replaced a police station that was built in 1972, when the population of Shrewsbury was about 20,000 residents and the police department consisted of 22 sworn officers. Our population today hovers around 40,000, and this police department is now home to 58 sworn officers and 15 support staff. This is a building that we can all be proud of, that includes spaces for people to gather both inside and out, with meeting rooms just off the lobby and meandering pathways leading to a picnic grove that was the vision of former selectman Mo DiPaolo, and to whom the grove will be dedicated later this month. It is a building designed to support the way current police departments operate, foster collaboration among staff, offer space for robust training, and improve the overall work environment. Our officers are part of the fabric of our community, connecting with our seniors during Coffee with a Cop, initiating positive interactions with our young people through our school resource officers and our police youth academy, and keeping all of our neighborhoods safe for all to enjoy. Our Shrewsbury police show up every day and do the hard work to build trust and strong connections with residents and business owners, and this building is visual proof of Shrewsbury's commitment to all of you. Voter approval is required for any building project to move forward. At just about this time 3 years ago, Hannah Kane and I met to plan a strategy to educate the voters about the need for this building ahead of the November election, and the campaign committee, Community Supporters for Public Safety, was established. We owe our thanks to the 27 individuals who served on the campaign advisory committee, especially campaign chair Michael Hale and campaign treasurer Kelly Varner. Despite the uncertainty of life in 2020, the voters overwhelmingly supported this project at the polls, recognizing the need for a modern facility for our police and a reliable emergency communication system for all of our first responders. Having toured the old building and the new, I know that the voters made the right choice when they approved this building. As Shrewsbury continues to grow, so do our needs. And as we dedicate this building, we know that there is still work to be done to modernize our other municipal buildings to continue to provide the services that our residents expect and deserve. As we have done in the past and will continue to do in the future, we have delivered a building on time and on budget that will meet the needs of Shrewsbury residents for decades. It's a building that fills me with pride and gratitude, and it is fitting for a police force that is always professional and has worked to earn the respect and trust of those they serve. And so I am so glad to have been here this morning to witness this opening of this building, and I'm going to introduce our town manager, Kevin Mizikar.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to see everyone. I always enjoy coming to these events because I get to see a cross-section of the community and really take the opportunity to recognize all your hard work that goes into not only a project like this, but for all the staff that are here, that, you know, all your efforts on a day-to-day basis. That work behind the scenes really allows so many of us to focus on these projects and receive public recognition. But I'd like to take a deep dive into that team that made this project happen. That collaboration that was referenced back to Mr. Morgado's statement is still true today. Like so many projects that we take on to better serve the residents of Shrewsbury, the hours of work that go in behind the scenes often goes unnoticed. So I'll just take a couple minutes to shine a light on so many of the people in this incredible group that made a project like this happen. First, of course, I want to thank the Select Board for finding a path forward for this project in 2020. Obviously, a time of great uncertainty, not only in the town of Shrewsbury for our operations and financial status, but across the country. As leaders, you took the opportunity to find a path forward for us that brings us here today, when most communities were standing still and uncertain what their direction should be. So thank you for your leadership in that. To my direct staff, Team TM, building projects like this add so much stress to an already complex office environment, and I want to thank you for carrying out everything that you do on a day-to-day basis to support the Select Board and our office collectively. In 2019, Senator Moore and Representative Kane kicked this project off by securing critical funding, which Lieutenant Governor Polito executed and moved forward, allowing us to detail the needs that we are experiencing through the Shrewsbury Police Department and conceptualize solutions that we needed to operate not only today, but well into the future. We needed your support, and like always, you came through for us, and we're so grateful for that. I want to take the opportunity to thank retired Chief Jay Hester. Anyone that knows Jay is not surprised that he's not here, but Jay doesn't get to reap the benefits of all the hard work that he put in for this department and the station, perhaps like he should. But it's well known to all of us who did get to work with him that we would never be here at this dedication ceremony today without his work. Jay took so much effort in restoring the confidence in the Shrewsbury Police Department. That confidence is essential when we go to the community and ask the taxpayers to support an initiative like this. So without him, we wouldn't get this celebration. Moving into the details of the project, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Neil Joyce with Construction Monitoring Services, the owner's project manager. When you take on a massive project like this, it's critical to have the first person on board understand the needs of the community and really embrace us. And Neil did that. Neil's advice, along with Roger Hoyt's day-to-day oversight of this project, has been invaluable to the town, and we thank you. This is the first opportunity that the town of Shrewsbury has had to work with Tecton Architects. They have a deep team that's been able to take our ideas and bring them to this buildable solution. Particularly the work of Jeff McElravy and Matt Salad, the lead architects on this project. They're truly visionaries when it comes to the development of modern public safety facilities and police headquarters like this. They've taken the time throughout their career to understand policing, and this latest result is a true testament to their understanding of how facilities like this need to work and how it can benefit the community. It's no secret that the town of Shrewsbury finds Fontaine Brothers Construction, to use a state procurement term, highly advantageous. Their abilities are on display here in Shrewsbury through so many buildings like the Shrewsbury Public Library, the Beale Elementary School, and now this project. It's hard not to go with a fine company like Fontaine Brothers, so I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Dave Fontaine Jr. for taking my calls throughout the course of this project, listening to my concerns, and of course providing advice. Thank you to Ryan DePasquale for your leadership and skills that are well beyond your years. Taking responsibility for this project must have brought an incredible amount of stress because of the expectations of the other projects have placed upon you that have been so successful in this town. You guys make up an incredible team, but I want you to know from all those who got to witness inch by inch and brick by brick project, there's no more valuable asset you can ever bring to a project than Steve Sanderson. Steve is the site superintendent and has to make every plan, directive, and detail work, and there's been no one who should be more proud of this facility than Steve. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Steve for his work. Steve is a whisperer, so if you ever need advice on talking with Mo, just talk to Steve because he spent hours doing so. Comments. He's never had any place to hide. He's been there to answer questions in real time whenever I show up early in the morning and wonder what's going on. And I've personally really enjoyed and appreciate all the time that you've given me throughout this project. I want to thank the Police Station Building Committee, who is supported by Assistant to the Town Manager, Alex Martinez. There's no one better that could ever provide this level of support for such a critical project. That committee was led by Chairman Patrick Pitney. His thoughtfulness and dedication, along with his committee members, and provides true dedication to the residents of this town. I'd also like to recognize the work of former Assistant Town Manager and now Westford Town Manager, Kristen Loss. We really appreciate you being here today to celebrate with us. Committee member Keith Baldinger, Assistant Town Manager. From a town perspective, there's no one that has more hours on this project than you. Kristen and Keith had to deal with all my concerns directly, and I do have to admit that from a timing perspective, most of my concerns fall into the category of Monday morning quarterback. And from a project feature, when it came to this project, it fell into the category of the sacred acre. And my obsessive requirement for symmetry on the campus of the grounds of the town hall. Perhaps it's only former manager Dan Morgado, who is here today, that may know the immense feeling of responsibility of handling the grounds with Mr. Carney's name on it. But I think we got it right. How proud I am of this project and these grounds. And finally, Chief Kevin Anderson. You've led from the front on this project. I watched as you worked to ensure the facility would enable you to carry out your vision for this department. More impressively, working in one of the most trying times in law enforcement, you've built a foundation for law enforcement in this community that not only carries forward an exceptional tradition, but will enable hundreds of law enforcement officers who currently and will serve this community in the decades to come to do so from a second home that reflects the highest standards which you've set. I'm incredibly proud of the staff, the dispatchers, and the police officers of this department. You're a shining example of what it means to serve residents and provide them with a safe place to thrive. It's now a great pleasure for me to turn the program over to Chief Kevin Anderson.
Good morning. I'm Chief Kevin Anderson of the Shrewsbury Police Department, and I'm truly honored to be here on this significant and historic day. In 1830, the father of modern policing, Sir Robert Peel, said, "The police are the public, and the public are the police." This statement rings even more true today than it did when first made nearly 200 years ago. The peace and safety of our community relies now, more than ever, upon deep, true partnership, commitment, and mutual respect between our police department and the citizens whom we serve. This public safety building you see before you is a tangible result of that partnership, commitment, and respect made possible by everyone here today. The town manager, board of selectmen, finance committee, and town meeting members were extremely supportive throughout the process. Over the last 2 years, members of the department spent a significant amount of time meeting with Tecton architects, Fontaine Brothers staff, and members of the town building committee to ensure the project was moving along smoothly, on budget, and fit the department's operational needs. Countless details were decided, problems solved, and improvements made. However, none of this would have been possible had we not first been supported by the residents of Shrewsbury who voted to support this project on November 3rd, 2020. For that, and on behalf of the entire department, I thank you. Policing has changed significantly since the last station was erected in 1971. Where once the focus for police was on arrest and detention, that focus has now shifted to roles as guardians and caretakers of the community, as well as the concept of being servant officers. This new facility was designed with those changes in the future in mind, using the 6 pillars of 21st century policing as a guide. And that is building trust and legitimacy within our community, policy and oversight on everything we do, technology and social media, officer training and education, and officer wellness and safety. All of this starts with treating people properly. Citizens will always be treated with respect and dignity by the members of the department. Procedural justice is paramount, and that is based on 4 principles: treating people with dignity and respect, giving citizens a voice during encounters, being neutral in decision-making, and conveying trustworthy motives. This is how we treat people every day here at Shrewsbury Police. The new station has 2 conference rooms and a large multimedia training room, all available to the public. This will promote better interaction with the public and include spaces for the public to use. The Shrewsbury Police Department recently added a new community service division dedicated to better serving our community, overseeing school resource officers, elder affairs, mental health and addiction issues, family support, traffic concerns, lake patrol, and community engagements. This furthers our goal of community engagement and supports the department's vision to be fully engaged in our community to co-produce public safety that reduces crime and improves quality of life. It also contains a wellness center for the staff, and our department recently began allotting all officers and dispatchers a mental health and wellness day to destigmatize mental health struggles and to emphasize the importance of self-care. The building committee did an outstanding job overseeing, directing, and guiding the design and construction of this project. They took the department's needs into account during each and every decision. This was truly a team effort on part of both the police department and the community to build a public safety facility that will last for many years and serve the members of the department and the public very well. The new station has 2 memorials on site: a memorial for the many first responders who lost their lives on 9/11, and a memorial for Officer James Onchitis, who was killed in the line of duty March 5th, 1975. These memorials show our dedication to those who have given their lives while exemplifying public service, public dedication, and public sacrifice. Over the last 6 months, I've often been asked what my favorite part of the new facility is. My response, I usually include physical attributes of the building, such as modern dispatch center, training rooms, officer wellness center, the Milo facility. However, recently one night after dinner, I was reflecting on all the changes that have occurred here over the last 3 years. And that was then when I realized the best part of this building are the people inside the building. These officers, the staff that work hard every day. Watching our employees feel proud, valued, and healthy in this new facility, giving tours to their families and members of the community, working out in the wellness center, doing their jobs with the best equipment available and the best facility available. That is the best part of this new station. In recent years, the officers in this department have worked tirelessly through a pandemic, received several team life-saving awards, and achieved many other notable distinctions. However, it is the opportunity our officers have on a daily basis to make a difference in the lives of our community that matters the very most. And the officers embrace this opportunity every day. In closing, I would like to share an example of this. In April of this year, Officer Trevor Andrews was on patrol and observed a citizen pulled on the side of the road in their car. Something about their appearance caused Officer Andrews to stop and ask them if they needed help or if they wanted to talk. The person was crying and emotional, but said they were all right, thanked Officer Andrews, and went on their way. A few days later, that individual called me to say that they were having the very worst day of their life. And were considering doing something drastic. And that Officer Andrews' simple act of compassion changed the entire course of their day and the days that followed. This citizen was extremely grateful, thanking us and stating that Officer Andrews caring about the little things made a difference. That attentiveness and empathy is our goal and our ongoing commitment to our citizens every day. To us, they are not little things. They have a great importance. We will strive to be servant officers and guardians of our community, now and always. Thank you for partnering with us in this new public safety facility in the future. We are sincerely and deeply grateful. We will use it well together because we serve better together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, for the moving words, and thank you to all of our guest speakers. I couldn't have said anything better myself. So that concludes our program today. Thank you all for coming. I invite you to stay and enjoy some light refreshments. And if you haven't had a chance to walk around and go through the lobby, there's some history of the Shrewsbury Department in there that I thought was fascinating. I walked through it yesterday. So please just come and enjoy the building. And secondarily, if you'd like a full tour of the building, August 21st, Thursday, I believe at 4:30, there will be an open house. September 21st. There will be an open house complete with food trucks available and something for all to enjoy. So please, I look forward to seeing you at that event as well. Thank you all.